Hi, friends. Today I'm going to read this great book called A Snowy Surprise by Amy Hest. It's a lot of fun. It happened one winter morning on Plum Street, and the moon was still up, making moonbeams and shadows on Plum Street. In the little white house, Mrs. Bear and Sam were baking cakes. They stirred with big spoons, swirling and tasting the batter. They peeked in the oven at 2 rows of cakes, golden brown cakes for their friends on Plum Street. There's their cakes. "Come on, cakes," whispered Sam. "I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait." Mrs. Bear and Sam waited for cakes. "Now can we go, Mama?" "Now," said Sam. "Soon," said Mrs. Bear. "Soon, Sam." They waited and waited, and then at last Mrs. Bear sniffed the air with her nose in the air and said, "I believe our cakes are ready." Mrs. Bear and Sam counted cakes, and there were 12. They tucked them in bags, and there were 12 red bags. They're putting their cakes in the bags. Outside, snow tumbled on houses and sprinkled the trees. It powdered the yard and Mrs. Bear's truck. Mrs. Bear and Sam climbed up into the truck that was green. They bumped along in the early light, just the two of them on Plum Street, uphill and down, up and down to the very end of Plum Street. "Our friends will love my cakes," Sam told his mamma. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. I think they're giving cakes to their friends and neighbors. Mrs. Bear pulled up close to the first sleepy house. "Here we are, Sam. I'll wait here and you take the cake." "All by myself?" whispered Sam. "Go, go, go!" Mrs. Bear put her arm around Sam. "You can do it, Sam." He sounds a little nervous. Off he went all by himself in the new snow, all by himself, waving a red bag and waving to Mrs. Bear, all by himself, taking cake to their friends. Sam left the red bag at the door, and the sign on the bag said, "A tasty surprise." He's leaving it for his friend. Then he ran back to the truck where his mamma was waiting. "I did it," said Sam. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. He sounds pretty proud of himself. Mrs. Bear and Sam bumped along, just the two of them, uphill and down, up and down. At each sleepy house, Mrs. Bear stopped the truck. She put her arm around Sam. "Here I go," whispered Sam. "Go, go, go," said Mrs. Bear. Off he went, making tracks in the new snow, waving a red bag and waving to Mrs. Bear, leaving one tasty cake at each sleepy door, all by himself. Until they got home, and there were 2 cakes left and 2 red bags. Said Mrs. Bear. "For us?" whispered Sam. "Of course," Mrs. Bear said. Mrs. Bear and Sam held hands on the path to the little white house, and the sun was just sunning up the little white house. "Hello, house," said Sam, and they went inside, kicking snow off their boots. Mrs. Bear poured cocoa into cups, and they wiggled their toes in fat socks, enjoying their cakes with cocoa. As their bellies filled up, they took turns telling stories about a bear called Sam who takes cakes all by himself to his friends, and they all love his cakes so much. And that's what happened one winter morning on Plum Street. It's a nice story about giving cakes to your friends.